What's up YouTube? For today's video, with a full Regigigas team, I'll be using 6 Regigigas on a team with 6 different move sets. Now, Regigigas is my favourite Regi out of all of them, so I'd like to hear what's your favourite Regi and leave below in the comment section. I'd like to see which one is the most popular. If you want to check me out on Twitch, people, this is where I do all my streams, my theme teams, Pokemon sweeps, and all other forms of salty entertainment. Let's get into today's battles. I've got 2 of them, and they were absolute fire. And if you weren't listening to the little intro part there, what is your favourite Regi? Let me know in the comment section. Mine is Regigigas. I should have done this team like years ago. I got a little bit of stuff to talk about Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl too. There was a patch update today, but I'll mention that throughout the video if you don't know already. We got a battle here. It's the first battle, and we got a battle against Lily, and we got a nice golden stack attacker. Look at that big golden block of Lego there. So I've got Nature Power, Focus Mist, Thunder, and Gravity. This is a pretty fun strategy on Regigigas. Now, this has got Life Orb as the item. I've got Max Special Attack, and I've also got Max Speed. Now, with Slow Start, the speed isn't going to be so good at the start of the battle, but the Special Attack is going to be unaffected because, it's only attack and speed that are affected by a slow start. So firing off a focus miss here, and we got the stack attacker. It's got a focus sash. You wouldn't read about it. So I've got to do another attacking move to take this out afterwards, and it's also a special attacking stack attacker too, which is actually pretty cool. You know, it's pretty limited on the special side, and its special attack really isn't all that good. So props for using a special stack attacker. I'm going to go for a Disrespect Thunder here, and with the Gravity, it's going to land right. So with Gravity, a lot of people asked me this too. A lot of people didn't know this, which sort of surprised me. But I guess Gravity is a little bit of a out there sort of move that you don't usually get to see too often. It actually increases the accuracy of moves, putting it basically. So next up Pokemon we got here is Shiinotic, and I'm going to go for Tri-Attacking. I'm going to try and go for some Scum. Now, I'm not sure why the Shiinotic was called Squeeze My Buns, unless they're talking about a burger bun. When you look at Shiinotic set, obviously it's a mushroom, but pretend its body's not there, and it actually is sort of like a burger patty, right? Like, unless I'm talking about its actual buns, but can't see them, right? So swapping out sorry, I didn't swap out Regigigas, I got absolutely destroyed, and going into Regigigas number 2 here. Now, this Regigigas, I gotta actually check what set. This is a special set. This is a choice spec set. Now, this one has got Icy Wind, we've got Hyper Beam on here too, and I decided to go for a Choice Specs Icy Wind. It hit the hardest out of all of them. The only thing about Icy Wind, it's kind of a weak Ice type move. Would have been great if it had something like Ice Beam, but it is what it is, right? So here comes the Thunder Wave for Shiinotic. This thing is actually going to be a physical attacker, which is really cool. Gravity is going to return to normal now, and, Drain Punch isn't really going to do all that much. I mean, Shiinotic's attack, let's be real, isn't the greatest either, but really, really cool there. A physical Shiinotic, and I don't know, Shiinotic Shiny actually grown to me quite a bit. At the start, I was like, that looks kind of gross, but it sort of suits it because it's like a big old mushroom, right? So Squeeze My Buns, just squeeze his buns, and it's going to faint, and that's 2 Pokemon down. Now, the next Pokemon we got is Sableye. So Sableye, wait a second. I can see a theme team here. Can you? Can you guess what this theme team is? The first one in this video. Leave it below in the comment section. And we got a very, very scummy Dank Pulse Sableye here. It's trying to take advantage of me with the flinches, and I'm already paralyzed, so it's going to keep spamming that over and over and over again. Now, Ghost types were actually pretty good against this team because I couldn't use all my powerful normal type moves. So I am at this stage, I'm locked into Icy Wind here. Now, I could swap, but I don't really want to because I just got my act together, and now I can outspeed the Sableye, right? So spamming Icy Wind again here, hoping for a crit, and I got one, but unfortunately it wasn't just quite enough to take it up. So we're going to get that nice speed drops on your Sableye, which is going to change the whole battle. And now it's going to go for yet another Dank Pulse, and that is going to be almost enough to take me out here. And then it's going to pop the Prankster Recover, healing itself pretty much all the way up. So I got it to take this thing out. I know that I've got to do a decent chunk of damage to it, then bring something else in and just wipe it out before it uses Recover. Like, that's my only play here. Otherwise, it's going to completely destroy me, right? I'd have to say, just thinking at the moment, my second, the Regis are my favorite collective of legendaries. You know, say we got the, like the Regis on the whole, like all of the Regis, then you've got like the Swords of Justice, you know, those sort of a collective of legendaries. Like, it would be my favorite one out of all those types too. But I'd say my second one I'm trying to think, because I quite like Regigigas as well. I actually really quite like that, but it's either Regigigas or Regirock. I really like those two too, but I liked all the Regis. They're really cool. Anyway, I also put some banging Regi music in the background too. So I'm going to go for an icy wind here. I don't know where that ice is coming from, but I don't know. It sort of comes out of the like Regigigas' eyeballs. So this is an absolute marathon here against Disable. I was trying to desperately take it out, but unfortunately it kept recovering off. I got a couple of crits there, which is really nice, but I have put it in a low amount of range, so hopefully I can take it out. So we're going to go to Regigigas number 3 here, and this is, let me just wait for the moveset to come up here. It's hard to remember them all. A lot of the time I like to number them. So we got Arrest, Snore, Ancient Power, and Terrain Pulse set. Now the Terrain Pulse was sort of a gimmick in case the opponent had like a, they went for a Dynamax, or they had a terrain setup. That was what it was for. Without that terrain help, it's only 50 base power, so it's not very strong. Now this Sableye, watch this. This is very, very lucky. It's having a Quick Claw, and then it got Metronome Magic Power. It's like, wait a second, that's actually really good, because it's going to put that Psychic type onto my Regigigas, right? So that means I'm going to be weak to Dank Pulse, which is really, really bad. So going for Ancient Power, and I got a boost. It's like, wow, that's awesome. So this Regigigas is actually going to have like some very, very good bulk now, and some decent special attack. So the Sableye gets another Quick Claw. It's a good thing to have Quick Claw pranks the recover, right? Only on Pit Rush. So here comes another Dank Pulse here. It's super effective, and that sort of saved the Sableye there for a little bit of damage. That's super effective, and I'm going to finish it off with a Ancient Power. I think there was like 3 Quick Claws in a row. It's crazy, crazy luck, and rolling that Magic Powder out of all the moves to get to some, really, really lucky plays there, which is awesome to see. Next Pokemon we got here is the Hippowdon, and what is this moveset going to be? So we got some sand on the field here. I'm going to go for Terrain Pulse. Terrain Pulse looks pretty interesting. Wait a second. Like, when I fired that Terrain Pulse, Hippowdon like just opened its mouth, and like it accepted the Terrain Pulse. Like, watch this, ready? Like, this is kind of funny. So here we go. Look, he says 8 and 8. My Terrain Pulse, like, nom nom nom. And anyway, it's going to try and hit me with a Fissure, but at this point in time, it's going to be unsuccessful. I am taking a little bit of damage from the sand, so I need to make sure I get some sort of damage on this before it hits me with the Fissure. And now it's going to spam the Slack Off. So Slack Off is another really good recovery move there. So we had the bulky Sableye, and now just this troll Hippowdon that's trying to land a Fissure against me. So I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to keep going for Terrain Pulse, right? I eventually feel like I can take this out. And now the Hippowdon is going to have Earth Power, so special set too. And that almost takes me out. It's very, very close right there. The sand is going to hit me, and that's the end of Regigigas. The Terrain Pulse one with Snore. What I had to do is that the item on that was Throat Spray too. So I could go to sleep, go for a Snore, and then I could get the special attack boost, and then maybe get one with Ancient Power. That would be amazing if I could have got that. The EV spread on that was Tip of Nature, Max Speed, and Max Special Attack. So next Regis, I'm going to get hit by Scummy Water there. Oh, this set. This is a horrible, risky set. Where I was up to. So this was the Crush Grip Regigigas. Crush Grip's a curious move. So what it does, right, it's a move based on the health of the opponent. It's very similar to Ring Out, however, it is physical. If you don't know what Ring Out does, this does the same thing. So the more health the opponent has, the more damage the move will do. So the less health the opponent has, the less damage it will do. So it's quite a bad move, to say the least. So ultimately, you want to be trying to one-shot the opponent or doing a heap of damage, right? So I thought, well, I can take advantage of that by going Swagger and then giving the opponent attack boost and then going Psych Up. Unfortunately, in this case, I psyched up on a swap and I didn't copy like anything. So I decided, you know what, let's grab the Easter Bunny, and I did some pretty good damage considering. Now, I was hoping that just in case it was like any belly drum or anything like that, had to be safe to get some damage there. Now, this has Citrus Berry as the item in case I do take some damage from the Swagger and stuff like that. And, there's always an option to go for Dynamax too. If I have that Crush Grip, I could turn it into Max, right? So I thought, let's go for the Thunder Wave here. Let's get that Swagger going. I might have a chance, right? So here comes the Play Rough. Is going to get through all the scum, and it does a little bit more health to me, so damage to me, right? So I'm going to go for Swagger. It's going to miss. Play Rough is also going to miss, so a couple of misses there. And Play Rough's is one of those moves that tends to miss a lot, even though it shouldn't when you think about the actually. So giving a Zumaro a +2 an attack, which is always a risky thing, trust me. Hoping, crossing my big fingers that it doesn't happen, or my 3 big fingers, and a 0 hits itself for confusion. So solid, solid performance right there. So I decided to go for the Psych Up there. I was like, you know what, I'll get +2 an attack. you know, I can't really do much better than that. That'll be fine. I might be able to use it against the next Pokemon. And Azurill gets through all the scum and lands a play rough on my Regigigas. And that is the end of the big Regigigas number 4. So, unfortunately, no luck there for that set. Next Pokemon, wow, it's Regigigas. Now, this set, I'm trying to think what this one, this was, yes, this is the Protect, so this is the Facade set. So, I wanted to make use of Regigigas' ginormous attack. So I gave it Protect, Thunder Wave, Facade, and Confusion Ray. Now, I know, obviously, this is walled by ghosts and stuff like that, so obviously I wouldn't use this until all the ghost types are taken out. I've also got the item that's Flame Orb, so Flame Orb will double the base power of the Facade, which hits very, very, extremely hard once Slow Start actually wears off. And even with Slow Start there, it was still doing like a heap of damage. Now, the EV spread, I gave it Adamant Nature, Max Attack. I want this thing to just hit like a mountain, right? And I also gave it Max Speed too. So out comes the Hip Hop, and I was hoping this did not land a Fissure against me because I was loaded up here, baby, ready to go. I just need to stall out a couple of turns. So I'm going to get outspeed by Hippopotas. I only got to put my shadow. And I'm going to go for a Facade, and that does some solid damage. If it wasn't for the bulk of the Hippopotas and, of course, mainly Slow Start, I would have been able to take that out. So Hippopotas is going to go for a Earth Power. I guess they figured that, well, I probably won't be able to land a Fissure of them. To be fair, they've been pretty unlucky with the Fissures, so they just got a little bit of damage before fainting. So I was thinking this would be great if I can get the Slow Start off, because that's going to do like lots and lots of damage. So there's one more Pokemon left, and that is going to be Lucario. Now, this really scared me because like, any physical, even special fighting moves are going to be scary. So Lucario is going to go for a bulk up here. Now, I wanted to go for Facade, but I sort of thought, well, they might go for Dynamax here because, you know, they haven't Dynamax yet. So I went for a Thunder Wave. I fired that out of my PP, and that's going to be paralyzing the Lucario. Okay, interesting name right there. I actually mean, I definitely do like shiny Lucario. It looks very, very good. Now, Regigigas, right, finally gets his axe there, and I'm going to pop a Facade, and it does a lot of damage there. Like, that was a bulk up and resisted, right? So that was pretty impressive. Now, the Lucario, interesting enough, does not Dynamax that, so I was like, wow, this is interesting. And now they've got leftovers. I'm like, is this some sort of, like, super bulky Lucario? Because that did, you know, that actually took that fairly well. I know that it resisted, but it took it, like, quite well. So I'm thinking this, it might be, like, max health or something crazy like that. Anyway, so we got Dynamax Lucario. I knew that it was coming this turn after, you know, doing a fair bit of damage with the Facade there. And any fighting type move is going to be able to take me out. So you have to assume this Lucario has a fighting type move, and it's going to be physical because we've seen it use bulk up, right? So it could be anything. I don't really know what it's going to be. So outspeeding Lucario, doing a lot less damage there thanks to Dynamax. And here comes a Max Knuckle. Now, I'm trying to think what move would be. Close combat, Drain Punch, it has to be a physical fighting move. Anyway, that's the end of my Regigigas number 5. I tried staying alive, and I've got the sand disappearing, so that's going to be good. Now, I do have Dynamax here, and this is my very, very last Regigigas too, and I thought I might as well throw in the shiny version to finish off the Regi team. We got a Drain Punch, Body Slam, Dankus Lariat, Zen Headbutt set. Now, this is a super, super bulky set. I've actually run this in the past. It's very, very similar build. I used to run like a Dizzy Punch one, so I sort of like mix it up, not mess it up with Body Slam. So I've got max health and max defense with Impish Nature, and I've got an Assault Fair. So that's a freaking bulky Regigigas, man. Like, so basically what you do is you just wait sort of wait out the turns, you sort of stall out with the bulk, and then you just tank things out with its overall bulk, and then when Slow Start happens, you hit really, really hard. So go for Max Knuckle. This is coming off Drain Punch. Since I've got no attacking EVs whatsoever, Slow Start is in effect. That is going to fail to take out the Lucario. But we got 30 seconds left here, and I wanted to see how much Max Knuckle would do thanks to my EV spread. Look at this, right? I ate that like a snack, like easy. So that max health, max defense was crazy. So 20 seconds left of the battle here. Lucario does have another chance of... wait, no, it doesn't have another chance of hitting me, right? Because there's a Paralyzed on the field. And Regigigas can freely go for another attacking move and take it out. Now, I did think about going for a Dankus Lariat there, but I thought, you know, knowing my luck, right, they'd live on 1 health, and Justified would activate and take me out. Like, I know that was gonna, like, something like that, messed up like that would happen, right? And I'd get roasted into oblivion. So I decided not to do that in the end. Really, really cool team there, Lily. Some interesting sets. Let's get on to battle number 2. If you like the 6 Pokemon teams and you want me to do some more, let me know in the comment section too. I always love the feedback. Like, I used to do these fairly often, like back in Gen 7 days, I believe Gen 6 and 7 days. I haven't done one of these for, but if you'd like to see these, I have done quite a few of them already, but I can definitely cover some Pokemon, you know, that I haven't done in the past. So next battle, this is a full Ditto team versus my Regi team. So what you're going to see here is a mirrored version of my set, and it was actually quite interesting. So first Pokemon is a Ditto. It's going to go for Earth Power. So I was like, you know what? I'm not playing any games. I'm versing 6 Regigigas. It's time to rock and roll. So firing off Hyper Beam there almost takes out the Ditto. Now, I've got one key advantage here against these Ditto. My Regis will all have better health for them. So that sort of puts the Ditto at a bit of a disadvantage there. But, you know, Ditto's quite versatile. So you can easily swap into one of my Regigigas that has maybe, you know, some stat boost up. So if swapped in right, it can still be really, really dangerous. So I've got to watch myself, even though I've got that, you know, that definite health advantage. So this is my facading set here. We got the Regigigas go for Earth Power. I decided to swap my first one out there because I didn't want to go for Hype Beam on like 1 health, so then, you know, obviously I can preserve that for a little bit later on. So I decided to finish it off with my Facade set, and it definitely did just that. Now I'm going to take a little bit more damage from the Flame Orb here, and the next Pokemon's going to be Ditto. Now Ditto will not be able to take advantage of this set like I can, because I've got the Flame Orb, unless they're carrying a Flame Orb too, but that would be like super, super lucky, right? Now, I've got no idea what these items are in Ditto. Now, the Ditto's going to go for Protect, which was a smart play, because that's going to stall another turn out of my Flame Orb. Not that it's doing a lot of damage, but you know, that's probably what I would have done too. So they're probably looking at their moveset and thinking, well, I'm going to go for Facade too, so I'm going to go for Facade, and they're probably going to go for Facade. So Facade does some good amounts of damage there, and we got a pretty powerful hit there, considering the Ditto just came in. So what's going to happen here, I believe the opposing Regigigas is going to go for another Protect. I almost tried to swap back into my Hyper Beam one, but I didn't want to do that in case they predicted the swap, so I decided to stay in there. So I'm thinking to myself, well, if I get a Facade off here, this will be a double KO, and I did. I outsped the opposing Regigigas Ditto, and that was enough to take it out, resulting in a double KO. So I'm going to fake to the burn there, but that was pretty interesting. Like, lots of speed ties in this battle too, when you think about it. Unless the opponent had like a Choice Scarf, which I'm sure they probably had a Choice Scarf on one of them, right? Obviously not all of them, but definitely one of them. So next Pokemon is the Hyper Beaming Regigigas that I bought out earlier on. Now, this is going to be Ditto number 3 here. Now, Ditto number 3 is going to be having a slow start. Like, the animations took ages. Like, it was a transform and then the slow start. But why I'm talking about this and firing off a laser here, right? With BDSP, they just updated their online, right? So you can now have more than one person appear in the Union Room, and you can also go to the second floor and to the second lady and have a battle under the Coliseum, which is single, double, and multi. And you can adjust the levels and the rule set and the stuff like that. So that was the BDSP update on the battle side, if anyone was interested in that. Sword and Shield obviously is still a superior version of game for battling, but at least they did put the bare bones basics in the game, even though it was 3 months later. So yeah, back to the battle. Just a small little recap there. I did put something about it on my Twitter too. If you do follow me on Twitter, the link's in the description of the video. But I already covered some more specific things there and a couple of screenshots and other information. So next Ditto here, it's going to be a Regigigas. It's going to go for a Earth Power. So this is the one from earlier on. I'm getting the feeling, like, just versing this particular Ditto, that this one is Choice Scuffers. Every single time it's outsped me. Look, it might be a coincidence, but I definitely believe that it is. So going to Regigigas number 3 here, I'm going to pop the Gravity here, squash that little Ditto a little bit, and see if I get some crazy damage off it. So I thought about this. I'm like, this is actually really good, because since I've got Gravity up, I can freely fire off Focus Misses, hopefully you don't miss, and try and sweep the rest of the team. And look at the sweet damage that I got there, just annihilating that Regigigas right out of the game. I've still got another 3 Reging in the back too. So my opponent is going to be able to transform and get this too, and they'll also be able to take advantage of the Gravity that I put on the field. But they don't understand the gravity of the situation. So we got the opposing Regigigas getting outsped again. I was actually quite lucky. I won like a lot of speed ties so far, and it just hang on a tiniest little bit of health there. And I also got a special defense drop. Not that that really matters, but I just thought that was kind of funny. Now the opposing Regigigas is going to also land the focus miss, and that is going to be the end of my big advantage there. But that's okay, man. I wiped out a lot of those Dittos. Also softened up Ditto number 5, you know. So that's half my Reggie team down now. And wait, it went, no, it's a double KO. It's another double KO. So it took me out with focus miss, but it had life orb. So that was double KO number 2. That's pretty funny. So they are down to their very last Ditto right now, and they're going to be able to copy this set. And I thought I'd be a troll, right, and make them copy the Crush Grip set, because, you know, Crush Grip isn't going to be very, very good after they've used it once. So they're going to sort of be forced to Dynamax, you know, rather sooner rather than later, right? So I thought that'd be very funny. They're probably looking at his moveset going, what is this smoking pile? So here we go, the Dynamax right away. I sort of called it right. Now, I was going to actually try and, you know, really troll him here, because I wanted to get this Psych Up set to work. So I thought, okay, what I'll do here is I'll go for Swagger on the Regigigas. Then I might be able to copy its attack stats then, and then you hit it hard back. And, you know, I might even be able to paralyze it too. But that was what I was thinking anyway. So outspeeding the Regigigas, once again, they're winning another speed tie and giving it +2 in attack. Now, that's the only bad thing if it does get through all that, but I thought I have to be fairly unlucky for that to happen. So we got the Regigigas getting through the first lot of the confusion, unfortunately, and landing a Max Strike here. Now, that did a heap of damage, almost wrecking me in one shot. I was like, man, this is really, really bad. Should I risk it going for another swag here, or should I just psych it up while I'm ahead, bro? So eating my Citrus Berry here. Now we got the opposing Regigigas outspeeding me. Before I could do a single thing, it's going to take me out with a Max Strike. So this is bad. So I sort of gave it a lot of attack there, but once it goes out of Dynamax, it's not going to be as powerful. But I need to be able to like live this next attack right. I need to be able to do something. So swapping Regigigas number 5 here, and this was the this is the ancient power set. So I was like, if any set has to go, this one's probably better than the shiny one, I'd say, right? Because at least that's got a lot of bulk to it. So here comes another Max Strike here. Look at the damage it's doing to me. It was almost like, it was very, very close between the first one and the last one. I think I lived on 22 and this one was on 17. So, you know, very similar damage roll right there. So that's going to be the end of their Dynamax. That was pretty scary. They snapped out of confusion, and now they're going to finish me off with the Disrespect Crush Grip right there on the low amount of health. Man, that was a disaster. So all I've got left now is my own Regigigas. However, I can go for Dynamax as well. Now, since I'm at max health here, I know that Crush Grip is going to do like a honking amount of damage, a massive amount. So what I got to do is I got to hit that Desperation Dynamax button, and I got to take them out real quick, you know what I'm saying? So here we go. Which one's going to win? I mean, we're both blue, because like, I guess that's sort of, it's like a bluey purple color. I'd say it's probably, I don't know, I feel like that's more purple than blue to my eye. I could be wrong about that. But anyway, we got the crushing, gripping Ditto there. Look at the damage that did. Like, that almost would have one-shotted me, like, no joke. So I'm going to go for Max Knuckle there, doing some nice damage there, getting a nice attack boost. The next one should be able to take it out here. And here's where the funny thing actually happened, right? It got its act together, and then it struggled. It was a choice set. So they did minimal damage there. Struggled a fair lot to them, by the way. And now I'm going to be able to finish them off with the Max Strike. So they were a choice item. And when you copy via transform, you only get 5 PP on a move. And if you choice, well, you're done, right? And that's pretty much it for the second battle. Hope you enjoyed this one, people. I'll be back tomorrow for some more videos, and peace out.